My name is Gregory Eddolls. I am a Christian and author of The Glorious Battle, Roadmap to Armageddon. Let's talk about the root of biblical prophecy. Well, we gotta start with creation. You gotta believe the story of creation is true or it isn't true. Adam, Eve, the tree, whatever the tree was, the tree of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil is the real issue here. They didn't believe God. They were deceived. They were given the choice to eat of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. If you were God, would you not tell them about the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or not tell them about knowledge of good and evil? Or being a fair and just God, would you tell them to give them the opportunity to choose you as their creator, to have a relationship with you, or not choose you? Well, you know, God probably knew that there was going to come a day when they wouldn't choose him, and so this is the whole crux on which the story of prophecy sits. We need redemption, redemption, redemption. We fell from relationship with God. And so humanity as a race needs redemption. The curse of sin is upon humanity and upon the earth. That's why God sent Jesus Christ to be our propitiation, our redemption, the sacrifice for our sins. He was perfect and sinless. So sin came, we need redemption. To help you out with that whole idea, if you really aren't sure about creation and the flood and that kind of stuff, study the flood. The subject of flood versus the silly idea of millions or billions and billions of years, which are the crux of evolution. Study creation and the flood and compare it to evolution. I do recommend a book called Compelling Evidence for Creation and the Flood by Ph.D. Walt. He's a scientist. You know, evaluate it. You do what you want with that. Let's see, so then we end up with the flood and Noah, and it's interesting, you know, we can trace nations back to Noah and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So they were real people, it wasn't just a story. You know, how they got them on the boat, you know, I don't know. How did the animals get on the boat? I don't know. I really don't know. But we know that Noah had three sons named Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and the Shem was a Semitic root of Israel. Japheth, Europe, and we are the descendants of them. And Ham settled in the African plains. And we know this. This is history. And then we get to Abraham. And this is really where prophecy starts to take on an interesting turn, because God called Abraham out of Ur of the Chaldees to be a special people, to make a people out of the people on the planet, to introduce himself. God promised to Abraham that he would receive the land of Canaan as a possession forever and ever. That was an unconditional promise, and it wasn't just to Abraham, but it was also to Abraham's descendants, and God doesn't break those kind of covenants.